Hey guys, it's Andrew here again, back here with another video. Actually, I'm gonna do 3 videos, one of each shelf of my DVDs. I'm going to kind of get started here. So first off, I have a couple of my television shows of horror. Haunting, it's one of my favorite shows, if not probably my favorite show. It's really simple. It's just basically about haunted houses. And really, even if you don't believe in the supernatural or anything, you can still enjoy the show. It's actually really creepy. They do a really good job. It's very simply made, but it's very effective. I love, they're all so different too. So yeah, it's really enjoyable, to be honest. I really like it. Here are the first 2 episodes of A Haunting in Georgia and A Haunting in Connecticut, which actually aren't on this. This is actually the full television series of it, like all 7 seasons, I want to say it is. 6 seasons. I believe there's been more seasons, but this was the full when this was released. But yeah, these are really cheaply made, but these are really, really creepy nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a very, they're not very well made, but they are effective still. Alright, so starting off my DVDs of my films here are 13 Ghosts. This here, yeah man, I find this to be really fun. It's a remake, but it's like a big budget remake, and it's like more of like action. There's a lot of action that goes on here. I find it pretty enjoyable. It's not anything like incredibly special, but it still works. Also has Matthew Lillard on it from Scream and everything, so it's still kind of that. I like it. Here's the first 2 Alien movies. I don't own the next 2. Well, 3 if you include Prometheus. But yeah, these are my 2 favorites, obviously. The first one, I actually find I like the story and everything, but I find it just, I don't enjoy it as much as the second one. Like the second one, I feel like is the perfect movie of what this movie should be about. It's more like action, but yet it's scary at the same time. It does a really good job. Plus, the first one was directed by Ridley Scott, and you can see it, and the second one's directed by James Cameron, and you can definitely see that too. Yeah, just epic. Great stuff. Here's the Amityville Collection. This includes the Amityville first 3 movies, and then this Amityville Confidential, which kind of goes into whether or not the whole, like, the first movie is like a hoax or not. So yeah, this is actually a really cool set. I only got this for like $10 brand new too, so it's just been a really good set. I like the first 3 movies, although like the second one is not really as scary as the first one, like atmospheric, but it still works. The third one's just campy, it's fun, it's enjoyable. The documentary is actually still pretty cool too. I like it. It's not anything special. I mean, I do tend to believe, like, I don't necessarily believe in like demons or anything like that, but I would say that they did experience something, and they did see something, and it just has got maybe blown out of proportion. So I do tend to find that the Amityville Confidential thing to be a little bit, it's a pretty cool, interesting documentary. Next is the remake, which again I said I'm not the biggest fan of in my Blu-ray collection. But it does have Chloe, and it does have Melissa George and Ryan Reynolds. They all do a great job. I just don't like the directing. I feel like they made everything that made the original like scary and atmospheric and just turned it into a jump scare movie, and I just don't like it. Again, it does a pretty good job, and I do like the house and everything in the town, but it's just as the film itself, I didn't like it as much. And this is Danielle Harris's directorial debut, Among Friends. I actually really like this. It has like a cameo basically by Kane Hodder. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. But it's more like a torture porn-esque movie. But yeah, it's got dark humor. It's a really good movie. I recommend you checking it out. The Apparition, again, it's another one of those where it's like a guilty pleasure. I do enjoy the movie. Sorry, the Babadook is like getting to you right there. Like, I enjoy the characters. It's not scary at all. It's got great ideas, but it's executed really poorly. But I still enjoy it for what it is. It's one of those movies where it's only, if you see here, it's only 82 minutes, so you can pop it in and even watch a movie after that. It's just one movie that you can just kind of watch back and enjoy, not really get scared. Now this movie here is the exact opposite. It's like really got a really good metaphor. It's really tense. I do really like the movie. The first time I watched it, I had wrong expectations. I was expecting like a haunted house monster movie, really scary. What you get is a really deep look at depression. And so, like, it just works, though. The second time I watched it with, the right thing, and this is, again, a Scream Factory release, but it doesn't have, like, the interesting covers as they usually do. But, again, it's a really good movie. Yeah, I recommend it. Now, this is the first Boogeyman. I don't own the 2 sequels. Have been looking for them. I do enjoy this movie. I really loved this movie whenever I was little. Like, I remember watching this and enjoying it, but again, it's like pretty much every Sam Raimi movie he produces. Also, he did produce 30 Days of Night as well. So it's kind of like, it's serious, like really tries to be really scary. Yeah, it's not as great. Now here's Black Christmas. I mean, absolute classic. Don't need to say much more. It's phenomenal. Bob Clark, really well acted, directed. It's got a lot of fun scenes in it too, for it being so serious and so 70s. I feel like it's ahead of its time. It was such a good movie. Yeah, I just love it. It's great. Watch it every Christmas. Now here's Candyman. Now if you know anything about Candyman, this is set in Cabrini Green. Cabrini Green is literally 3 blocks away from where I'm at right now, so it's very at home for me. I watch this a lot here. Yeah, I love the movie. It's great. The Cave, it's a fun movie. It's got a lot of action. I don't really, yeah, it's nothing like special, so not much to talk about it. Child's Play. Now I don't own the sequels. They're still really expensive. I might try to get the trilogy on DVD or Blu-ray, see if I can get it, but budget again. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of buying them all on my own, so it's kind of, but yeah, it's like a really, it's pretty creepy. I mean, it's an interesting story and everything. I like Brad Dourif. Now, Children of the Corn, one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. I really love this cover too. I really think that this works. I really like this. So yeah, everybody's seen it, so I'd really enjoy it. Wes Craven's Chiller. Now I haven't seen this all. This is a really terrible release. It's just basically a bootleg, and it looks terrible. But yeah, it's supposed to be a really good movie. I haven't seen it all yet. I'll let you know whenever I do see it, though. Now, next is The Conjuring, which is one of my favorite horror films. I freaking love James Wan. I think he's a phenomenal director. This is his best picture, in my opinion. It is so scary. Yeah, it's just great. I love it. Not much. It's a great haunted house film. My second favorite to Amityville Horror. Next is Cursed, which is a Wes Craven film. I don't dislike any Wes Craven movie, and so this one again is one that I find that is a lot of fun. It's not scary whatsoever. It's got a lot of comedy, but I really like the characters. I feel like with all the rewrites and everything, this should be like terrible, but it works. Like, I just find it to be really fun. Like, it still really works. Next is Deadly Blessing, which is a Scream Factory release, and I really love this cover. Yeah, I would never own another cover except this. This is phenomenal. Scream Factory did a great job with it. The film itself is awesome. The more I watch it, the more I like it. It has become in my top 5 of Wes Craven movies. So yeah, it's great. You just have to watch it. It's like a religious cult type Amish people, And so, like, it's supposed to be set in Pennsylvania, and again, like I said, I live in Pennsylvania, so it feels really at home for me. And yeah, it just works. Here's Deadly Friend. I have not watched it yet, and it's out, so I will be watching it soon, so I'll let you know about that. Here's Dead Silence. James Wan's really second big film that he directed. Again, I really like this movie. I think it's phenomenal. The more I watch it, again, the more I like it. It's a doll movie, and it's a doll movie that works, unlike Annabelle. Deliver Us from Evil. This is one of those... Scott Derrickson directed this. He also directed Sinister. He directed Emily Rose, which you'll see here in a minute. This is, you know, again, all of his films are different. This one's got a lot more going on in terms of story and everything. The rest of them are just do really good with the stories they work with. They're more simple. This one has a lot going on. It has Eric Bana and Edgar Ramirez, who do phenomenal in this. The thing that sets this apart, though, is such the great characters. Like the characters are so different than any normal possession film. And so yeah, it works for me. Here's Devil's Due. Really, it's a found footage movie. You know, it's not terribly scary, but I enjoy it as sort of like a found footage Rosemary's Baby type movie. Yeah, I just think that it works. Dog Soldiers. Thanks my brother for getting this for me. It's a steelbook of it. Yeah, I really like it. It's a werewolf movie, and it's really an action movie, and I find that it works. I'm not the biggest werewolf movie fan, to be honest. There's just not a whole lot made that are like that I find enjoyable. But that one works for me. Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi. Just really, really fun. Yeah, this is a really great movie. I find it to be very, very enjoyable movie. Now this one's not enjoyable whatsoever, The Entity, and if you've seen it, you know why. But it's still good nonetheless, and it's got a really, really great atmosphere to it. Really scary. And here's Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2, I love this cover for it. And Army of Darkness. Yeah, I mean, these are great, fun movies I can watch over and over and not get tired of. To be honest, if I were to pick one that I was like, if I had to watch just one for the rest of my life, I would actually have to pick Evil Dead 2. Because there's so many scenes where I'm just on the floor laughing at, but it's also pretty scary too. It doesn't have as many iconic scenes as the first one, but it's just so enjoyable. And then you got the remake that I love. Man, is it brutal though. And then you got The Exorcist DVD, which I don't really like this cover as much as I like the cover for the regular cover for it. But yeah, Emily Rose, again, Scott Derrickson, really great film. Yeah, there's not much you can say about it without getting into too much of the details, but it's basically a court case movie about an exorcism, which is very unique. And I think it works, like the kind of the whole storyline and the way that he kind of doesn't answer it, and it's really presented well, and I feel like he had a lot of respect. And yeah, I just think it works. The next one's The Faculty, another one of these another like 90s movie. They all have kind of the same covers, but this is like, man, it is fun. Like, I just love this movie so much. It's so fun. Now I have the first 4 Final Destinations on one, and then I have the 5th on a separate. I mean, I don't dislike any of these, to be honest. Like, the 3rd one is probably my favorite, to be honest. I like Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and I find them all to be enjoyable. Final Exam, if you've seen my videos, like, I love this movie. It is such a great film. Like, so enjoyable. Characters are awesome. But yeah, The Fog, again, a Carpenter film that just works. It's like a zombie movie, kind of. Yeah, that's for my first, you know, I have 2 more rows. Next one's a full row. So yeah, I'll upload these here soon, and hopefully you enjoy these, and let me know what you think, guys. Thanks for watching.